Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. And today we're going to discuss return policies and our new light gray, or actually LT, we call it the LT Gunmetal. So, one of the things I find interesting is when I go to other sites to check out, and especially particular sites that claim that this, that, and the other, we notice that their return policies are absolutely horrible. And I mean horrible. Now, we've always worked with our customers in the past where if our customers needed something, we take care of it. Let me explain something to you, buddy boy, so you can understand. Your return policy is a freaking nightmare. Have you seen our return policy? Yeah, we're updating it again today. My return policy is bigger than yours because we know what to put in a return policy. There's so many things that are supposed to be added into a return policy. It's not even funny. You have no acts of God in there. You have no what conditions of shipping on holidays. You have nothing in there. Basically, if there was bad weather, snow, rainstorm, whatever, you don't have anything in there at all, period. Not a thing. Where is Stan? I think Stan is in this room or in the other room. I think he might be in the other room. So, this is one of the things you have to be careful about when it comes to the return policy. Now, we are going to be adding pretty soon to the website the LT Gunmetal, which is a lighter version of this gunmetal. This is actually a dark gunmetal. We got one called an LT Gunmetal. So this will give the customers plenty of options. So you can't say, well, hey, it's a black paint, and I'm not used to being around it. I got customers who love the black technology, and then we get some customers that are not used to the black technology. So you really can't say that if there's technology on there that is a lighter version of a 38 Black Widow. I told you we can make 38 Black Widows anything we want. That technology has that capability. I got to go in here now, and we got to update the shipping policy on the website. Some stuff has to be updated. So, alone from what I've seen on a shipping policy, and I hate to bring up the word, your shipping policy is a bit of a scam. It's definitely a scam. You can't tell the customer, hold for a minute, try this in aggregate. You can't tell the customer once the product lands on the property that there's no returns. There has to be more in the policy than that. A lot more in the policy. Your policy is way too light. So when you want to go around calling people scammers at the end of the day, the people who are scammers or scammer that, well, the problem we have with that is the fact that number one, our product doesn't match house paint, so we can back our product up on every level whatsoever. Got no problem with that. Number two, the policies and specifications on the products in the site are extremely bad, and that's the first sign that comes up from people that we've had sent over to that particular direction, especially based on the house paint scenario, that the return policy is absolutely horrible. You can't tell people at the end of the day, oh, if it lands on your property, it's yours. What you see there in that box on the table, now we have a gunmetal version, a light gunmetal version, or we have a gunmetal version of the spray-on application for the acoustic screens. Those are customers who we talked to. We had conversation on the phone because they contact us. Now, mind you, like I said, these are customers before we came up with the light gunmetal, the gunmetal version of the black screen. The black screens work perfectly fine. We show demonstrations of those all the time. But we have some customers that may want the gunmetal version, a lighter version. In essence, we make a gunmetal version for that screen, which we have now downstairs. So because of this, some of them we have requested to pay for the extra option. We told them, no, you don't pay for the extra option. We'll do it for free, ship it back to you. Not a problem. As long as they ship it to us, not a problem at all. So that's what we have there on the table. We have a customer's screen we're going to convert into the gunmetal technology today. Pray that the weather is good so we can get outside and get this done for them. If not, we'll have it done another day, but it'll still get done. All right, so we have one of the things we want to change in the shipping policy is the snail, which means bottom line is if your package goes into snail mail, which means if it's dragging, you can't find it. We have detailed tracking, all the information over here that I paid for extra to make sure we can track down packages. We will ship you out another one. If we can see and confirm that the package is basically going through a snail mail session where basically it takes about, let's see, it has to be past the date, the time period. So for us to ship overseas is 10 days to reach destination, and here in the US it's 2 to 3. So that's what we have over here. Did I not just punch just in a few minutes ago? So we need to check all that on the policy right now. All right. Okay, come on, baby, go on in so we can get this done. I got work to do today. I mean, machine wants to take its time. So, like I said, policies on websites is very important. Saying it on camera, not good enough. You have to actually apply this into the site. So when people come in, they know exactly what they're getting and what they're buying. Number one you should be doing is posting your products side by side to make sure your products don't match. And that's something that's never done enough on these house paints or screen paints or whatever they want to call them today. I don't know. I don't know what they call them now. We used to call them screen paints when I was coming up, but now from what I've seen and what everybody else has seen, it's definitely house paint. We all know that. So there's a lot of stuff missing. A lot of stuff missing. Number one, like I said, that shipping policy is a freaking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I don't know how, and I looked at other ones. I don't know how in the world that you're going out calling people scammers and my shipping policy is bigger than yours. You know how many people just hit my site? I got about 7,000 hits. I'm going to show you my Instagram hits. I got 7,000 last night on that display I did yesterday. Guess what they ran through? They ran through my website. They checked everything out. Policies, the whole 9 yards, everything. My shipping policy is bigger than yours. My shipping policy is literally bigger than everything you have written on your website. I got over 10,000 letters in my shipping policy alone by itself. That alone covers everything you noted on your website. Shipping policy is big. It's about to expand today because now we got to update it. Because now, because of COVID, we have to apply that into it. That information has to be put into it. And we also have to put in that the shipping time has changed because now we're dealing with another company called, what's that company called by PayPal? It's called ShipStation. We're with ShipStation now. ShipStation is now 10 days for overseas, 2 to 3 in the US. So all that has to be put in there. The return policy, you seen that package in the thumbnail? Yeah, we do that for customers all the time. We have customers that they have. Now we have a light gunmetal version now of the technology, which we designed. We're going to jump in your backyard now. Now we're going to start bringing your products over here to put you against the light gunmetal. That's something you should have, a Pandora box you should have never opened up. Because a 38 Black Widow not only can produce a black screen and dark gunmetal, but there's a silver version of that too. Did you know that? We also make a lighter version of it. If we choose to make it, we can make it in different colors if we want to. So now with that technology coming down to mine, we're going to show you the side by side with the black screen. You can see the difference. We're not going to hide anything from you. So you can see where the contrast levels lay at. Now you have even more serious competition coming at you because this is a screen now that's going to be able to wipe this out with no problem. I kind of give you guys warning, man. Stay in your own backyard and mind your own business, but you want to keep poking the bull. So now we're developing the technology now to wipe your stuff out too. If we haven't wiped it already, this will definitely finish it off. But I think the house paint already did the damage already. It's definitely house paint. But anyway, let's get back to this. So like I said, the shipping policy should be huge. You should have so much information, and the shipping policy is not even funny. And this is where you look at a site and you find a site looks a little bit scammy because of the shipping policy is extremely weak. Telling someone that the shipping policy is just a return. You're giving them just a return. There's no returns if the product lands on your property. That is scammy as I don't know what. Your specification sheets, no information on your product. You have no information on outdoor applications, long throw applications, what time of the day can you fire up the projectors, all kinds of stuff missing in there. Again, what kind of surfaces can you apply it to? What surfaces you can apply it to? All kinds of stuff is missing out of there. You're missing a ton of information in there that should be in there. A lot of information to go on. And your return policy is horrible. Absolutely horrible. So let's go over here. We need to go to our website over here. And we need to upgrade the policy for, I'm adding videos too. I'm adding in videos all this week. I'm adding all new videos. We have to go into the shipping policy on the website. That means the policy for that has to be changed on every single shopping cart, because we have a shipping policy on every single shopping cart. So let me see. Even stating that this July is stating that the product is weatherproof. I don't see any demonstrations on weatherproof at all. Not one. Not one. So let's see. Because if a person's scamming, they're not going to have an impeccable return policy. They're not going to try to return your stuff at all, period. But that's how your site is set up, not to return anything. So let me see. Yeah, you do know that, right? Scammer websites don't have return policies. No, they don't. Their object is to take your money and never give it back. Interesting thing, your return policy states that to give somebody something but never give it back. If it lands on your property, it's yours. Clearly, that's what your return policy reads, right? This is our return policy. So you can't, it's interesting because everybody who popped up that site says it's a scam site. They named their site a scam site because, again, there are things coming off your site that don't add up. Where is shipping and returns? This is my return policy. This is my return policy. Your return policy is too light. So that's why you have to be careful when you're going through websites. You have to make sure that you're getting exactly what you paid for. Where do we have, let me see, note to returns only can be exchanged for the same screen. Let's see, same screen, give order. Yeah, we can keep that in there due to the fact that now we have a lighter version of it. So there's no excuse of saying, well, it's too dark, I can't see the screen. We have a light gunmetal, so there's no excuse for it. Proving that because people would use that by saying that, oh, I can't see the screen too dark. Well, you can't do that now because it's a light version of it. Now what? What are you going to say then? There you go. If you order proving the wrong color, so effective shipping cost. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Wait, this completely otherwise it's definitely blocking my whole path here. Okay, somewhere we lost a spot here. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, so we're doing is we're updating the shipping policy. So right here, it says right here, you can have this in this policy. It says we are not responsible for how your order is handled while in shipping, transportation, orders that may be damaged or lost or fully on the part of the United States Postal Service. Yeah, it's on there and right there. We should have capped all that right there. All right, United States Postal Service. Okay. Crystal H claims. All right, so let's see when shipping is in transit. We're not responsible for bad weather, such as act of God. Please note there are no returns on cut or use black cross cloth. Yes, you cut that screen, we can't basically return that. So do not cut the screen at all, period, because the screen would be damaged when it comes back to us. So don't cut them or anything, which we have there in the policy. right there. Let's see. Since we now have the light product, there's no excuse for saying that, hey, I need to exchange that for a lighter one because we already have it on the website. Tracking orders, US tracking orders. Let's see right here. There should be another for the back shit. Here we go. Let's see. Tracking orders, tracking numbers are processing. Tracking number. Information. See, we're tracking the destination. Your order has been shipped out. All orders are processed within. All orders are processed within 1 or 2 days. No, with a change that because of COVID now. That's not going to happen. We'll put down 1 to 3 days. 1 to 3 days. We'll put down 1 to 3 days on that one. Yeah, if you ever want to do a comparison on shipping policies, if we're going to do a comparison on anything on my website versus yours, not going to go well. Like I said, my shipping policy alone by itself would cover your entire page. Do you have any idea how much stuff you have to have in a shipping policy page? It is crazy you have to have in there. And I don't know how you wouldn't know that if you're doing ship outs. Well, sent to you confirming your order has been shipped out. You receive an email that displays your tracking information and carrier information. And we have to put down now because of COVID. We have to put a whole section in there for COVID policy. Has to be in there. Has to be in there that you know exactly there's delays with this, delay with that because everything has to be changed to be COVID applied. He doesn't even have that in his website. Yep. Let's see. The ones I see online that basically that are trying to steal from you will have it simple and plain. There are no returns once an item is shipped out. I've seen those before on different fraud sites, automatically from the door. I'm telling you, if it's been returned to you, such and so, you can't go on camera and say you're going to get 50% off. You got to post that into your site. Anything you see on camera that involves your business has to be here so the customer can read through it right there from the door. You can't just say it on camera because you can say one thing and then turn around and say another thing. You can't do that. It has to be written on the site. Everything has to be written on the site. So, for those of you who are wondering with the LT Gunmetal, yeah, the LT Gunmetal is the one we sent to the church. That is a light gunmetal. Now, there is no excuses. I told you, if we wanted to, we can make a 38 and a silver if we want. We can make a 38 and a light. We can make gunmetal in so many different styles, it's not even funny to begin with. I can color gunmetal if I want. So we have a light version of this. We're going to be painting it probably today and doing some demonstrations off the light gunmetal. So now since you have that option, because like I said, having that conversation with that preacher kind of opened my eyes to two things. We're trying, black technology is the best. It is. Sorry, but it is. It's the best. If it wasn't, gunmetal would not be expensive as it is. Gunmetal screens are extremely crazy expensive over a light gray screen any day. They're more expensive because they have perks and benefits that gray screens can't do. And you will see this when we take a gunmetal, a light version, and stick it against the darker one we have upstairs and the one which is the true black screen. You'll see a huge difference. You're going to be surprised. I'm telling you right now, very surprised. But anyway, you'll see why. But we'll make it anyway. So we made one for a church. One's being shipped out to them. And this way you'll get a chance to see exactly why we advise you that the darker screens are the better screens. If you go to any form like Elite Screens, Black Diamond, any one of those big companies and say, hey, look, what's the best screen you have? They're going to point you to gunmetal. Unfortunately, gunmetal is going to be extremely, extremely expensive on that note. And you're going to have to be to prove, if you are designing a gunmetal, you have to be to prove that your gunmetal is better than the rest of the other gunmetals. Because I got people out there that can easy drop an easy 20, 30 grand on the screen with no problem. They got the money. They just want to know at the end of the day if your product is worth them basically not spending the money for something that they know they can buy. That's what you have to convince those particular individuals. Not the ones that can't afford it, the ones that can afford it, the ones that can drop 50, 250,000 on a receiver unit. Those are the ones you got to convince, but those ones got the money they can buy. So that's why we did the demonstrations on the gunmetals. Our screen has beat gunmetal high-end screens at $5,000, $3,000 easily. You got to be able to pass that, and you're going to have to be able to pass Black Diamond. We've been through Black Diamond already. So yeah, that kind of gives you a little bit of some weight. You can't pass that screen. You can't pass it. Diamond is a whole nother century of a screen. It's different than any other thing we ever saw. Like I said, the screens we have over here don't compare to a diamond at all. Diamond's the reason why they cost the way they cost. There's a reason why. It's a pricey screen, but there's a reason why a black diamond costs or what it costs. It's a very, very vicious piece of technology. I'm not a big fan of the guy, never will be, because of the way they treated us, but you got to give respect where respect needs to be given. The technology is very, very good. That's why we want to go against diamond, because we know if we go against, when we do diamond technology, we know diamond technology is worth our time. Sorry, Elite and the rest of y'all, we can run over your stuff like there's no tomorrow. Your stuff is too easy to go through. You don't give us a challenge. But a diamond, on the other hand, ooh, yeah, yeah. That's some technology we love. But the thing about it is, we've been through diamond in 2015. We got the records to show we've been through diamond in 2015 to the point where they won't touch us. I've already submitted multiple times for sample sheets, and diamond will not touch us. We can't get their sample sheets, but we know you can get sample sheets from them, but we can't get them. We can't get them. They don't bother with us. And because of that, we don't bother with them. And that's how it goes. Even there's one company that is affiliated with them called Dragonfly. A lot of people don't even know about Dragonfly technology. Like, what's a Dragonfly? How long are you going to call yourself knowing about projection screens and you don't know what a T-prism and a Dragonfly is? Then I guess you don't know then. All right, so let me see. All right, we got that right there. Shipping policy, shipping and return costs are found effective. Wrong size will be paid by the manufacturer. Okay, we need that right there. Has to be changed out. We also have to put in snail mail, because now you're going to have packages going forever. Now, mind you, once a package has reached that point, like say it takes 2 to 3, sorry, it takes 2 to 3 for a package in the U.S. to make it to destination. Overseas, it takes 10 days, okay? Now, if you want to go outside the United States Postal Service, which we did with some people, they said, well, I want to go outside with my own shipping carrier, you got to pay for that. We don't pay for that. We only pay for free shipping, unless there's something else we need to add to the site. So there's a whole lot of stuff you got to add in there. There's all kinds of rules and regulations that you may have, you got to put in there. And like I said, this site is too light. Man, we got to put that in there too. All right, so we got the section for snail mail, which means if it's past the 10 days, if it's past the 2 to 3, this is where we go and we put detailed tracking. I pay for this extra so I can go and I can track packages anywhere they land. I got a few friends down there, thank God, that I can call in that district. They can give me some information that maybe the computer might not want to give me, and I can figure out exactly where the package is at. Now, by PayPal's rules, as long as the package is showing that it is in transit and it is moving, because I know quite a lot about PayPal. Again, I've been PayPal over 20 years. We know their policies and all that. We've read through all their legal stuff. We know everything about all their policies. Under PayPal's rules, if the package is still showing that it's physically moving, it can be moving inch by inch, snailing, we don't have to give you jack at the end of the day. That's what their policy is. That package could snail for at least about 2 months, and we don't have to give you jack. We can move on from there. But I don't think that's fair, because I think if a person's setting up a project, they want something right away. I'm the same person. If I'm setting something up, doing a project, I want my stuff at the end of the day. So we can do the detailed tracking. We can give you all the information you want, but as long as that package is showing that it's moving under PayPal's rules, you can't do a thing about it. So that's why we came up with a policy to help some of our customers out, where it comes out of my pocket at the end of the day. You understand? This is money that comes out of my pocket to go in to redesign the entire product all over again and ship it out, pay for shipping, ship it out again, to make sure that now we have 2 on the way. Maybe one got snagged in something, maybe had to go through something, whatever, but we'll basically change the shipping, make it a little bit faster so that this one can reach destination faster than the other one. Now, just say both of them pop up at your front door. Now you got one there, you got another one there. You think, like, gee whiz. All right, let me call Mr. Bird. Let me contact him. Let me know we got 2 here. What do you want me to do with this? We'll tell you at the date. Keep it. We don't need it. We're good. Do something with it. Paint a screen for the backyard. But for those of you who think you're going to run a scam on this and thinking, okay, I can end up with 2 items. No, don't do that. You'll get yourself banned from the website, number 1. And on top of that, you'll have some problems. So just put it this way, legal problems. So just put it this way. We have a policy. That's what policies are here for. Me speaking it, not good enough. Me putting it here actually works much better. So in that policy, we have to be to see if your package has passed that 10-day or 2 to 3 day period. Within the 2 to 3 period, when we go down and we check in and we go to find out exactly what's going on, we have to do an investigation on our end. We have to do detailed tracking. There's a whole lot of stuff to go through before we ship another one out. And if we find out that that package is basically just in the same spot over and over again, because I've seen this happen before, same package will be in the same spot, we're getting the same reading over and over and over again, then we know it's being snailed. Then we can go in and basically go in and set you up another one, send you another tracking number, confirm it, and send it to your front door, and you'll be good to go. Thank God we haven't had any customers that tried to scam us on that one, because they've been all very nice. But anyway, like I said, again, our policy is better than most people's policies. And a person is calling themselves to be a scammer. They don't have policies like this sitting in their website. They have policies that say simple and plain, short and sweet. If it lands on your property, it's yours. You can get your money back. That's the end of the story. The end. There you go. But if you haven't figured that out by the house paint already, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, so we got let's see, shipping costs and returns. I found defective or defective. Okay, wrong side by paid by okay, defective or not. This doesn't cost to be paid by the manufacturer and all right. How many caps for that? Caps in the middle of sentences. That's just craziness. Who does that? All right. So let's get back to the new technology we have downstairs, which is about to be displayed pretty soon. This is an LT Gunmetal. Now, as I said before, we're going to have a separate shopping cart for this one. And the reason why is because the specification sheet is going to be completely different from the rest of them. Completely different. Oh, it's going to be a downgrade. It's definitely a downgrade. Just to let you know. But this is for those of you understanding, so you fully know what you are getting yourself into and the reason why we actually surround ourselves with black or darker technology. You will see this. Now, because of the videos we will have on display of the product, I don't want to hear at the end of the day, well, the contrast level is not dark enough and I can't do. No. This is what you requested. This is what you're going to get. So if you order this, so you know exactly what you are getting yourselves into. Now, I explained to you before that lighter screens have issues. Well, this is not so much lighter. It's a little bit darker, but it's still lighter than we're used to working with. All right. Okay, wrong color. We paid by this and transaction. You're fully aware and knowledgeable. Okay. Okay, that's perfect right there. Place an order. Okay, that's right there. We need to put here, we got early cancellation. Dude, he has no early cancellation on his. Early cancellation policy of buyer's remorse under our website. Policy and agreements and terms. He doesn't even have an early cancellation policy. This is something you're definitely supposed to have, especially if you're dealing with companies and you're dealing with large orders. You're dealing with massively large orders. You need to have one of these policies in place. Let's say if you make all this paint up, right, for this company, and at the last minute they decide to cancel the order, yeah, you can sue them for that. It's an early cancellation policy, which you need to have in your site. You need to have one in your site. He doesn't have one of these in his site at all, period. I don't think I've seen anything in the other ones either. All right, we have to do, this is returns. We have to do shipping. All right, this is where I need it right here. I guess we'll put it in big bold letters. Which ones we have before this? What are we here? Which one are we here? What's our font? Our font looks a little weird. That's why the font looks weird. It's supposed to be in George. George right there, George. All right, so everything up there is updated, so we don't need to change it that way. We do need to put the other update policy in there. It needs to be put in there. So let me see what we have here. There we go. We need this one right here. All right, I need to put down a shipping policy. Shipping. Now, because of the new policy, I have to copy and paste this entire thing, put it over, make sure the spelling checker picks up anything that's wrong in it, re-bring it back out again, and drop it into every single shopping cart. This is how it's supposed to be done. That's why I said the site is a lazy man site. And that's somebody who doesn't want to work at the end of the day. They don't want to put the effort and time in on the site. All this information is supposed to be in there. You know, but you can't just say it on camera. You actually physically have to have it on the site. So let me see, it's all right there. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see, right here we have, where do we have it right there? Okay, it's at the bottom here. And this one, Birmingham. Unless they don't have no knowledge of how to do it, that could be another one too. But then if you don't have any knowledge how to do it, you need to get somebody that can and get that fixed, because that should not be looking that badly. Here we go. I'm going to take that one from there. I'm going to put that over here. It's the shipping policy. What is this one right here? Why is this look? What's the font for this? This doesn't look like George. What is this? What is this? Yeah, that's George right there. Do we have this in bold? Is it in bold? It's not even in bold. So what in the world? How in the world does it look like that? Let's get over there. All right. I don't need to cap this. Okay. Okay. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Now I see why. I don't know how in the world you could have. We got the same platform. I'm gonna show you what happens if you write something incorrect on this platform. It'll tell you. There's a spelling checker in this platform. Literally, if you write something wrong or incorrect in here, it comes up with a red line. Let's say if this is policy, right? I'm gonna take the Y off of it, right? See right there, how it comes up in red? It'll tell you automatically from the door if you spelled it wrong. So the fact that he has all those misspellings all over his site, clearly it would tell him the red line stands for that you have spelled it incorrect. We need to bold this, put bold on this too right here. I need to get you guys out of the way because I got things to do. All right, so we're gonna come here and we're gonna come over here. And let's go make this bold. There we go. Oh, it could be in bold. It looks exactly the same way here. We don't need that in bold at the end of the day. Why'd you have that in bold? Let's come in here and let's take all this out. We need this is good, but still, I need to come in and I need to take, there we go. That's better. That was way too much going on in that one right there. And let's get the bottom. Let's get all of these. These are all in bold. Let's take all of these out. Let's get this all the way to the very end. Get back. Actually, no. I got to do sentence by sentence because each one of these have to be done. And this has to be done in bold. We'll keep that in bold. That's perfect. This right here, we need to put in regular for tracking information. We'll take that out. That doesn't need to be there. This one would change over to here to make it look a little bit more professional. You don't want it all blended in together because it looks like at the end of the day. So yeah, that's a customer's package. Now, before we got the lighter formulas, this is a package from a customer before we got the option for the lighter version of the acoustic screens. All right, we'll keep this one in bold. This one needs to be in bold. This is something else completely different. All right, so our shipping policy here. Okay. Oh, come on. What are we going off like this for? Are we in bold? Are we still in bold right? Are we still in bold on this one? Yeah, we're still in bold. Okay. All right, we need this down here. Okay. Shipping Shipping time of delivery. If I don't know it, I'll make sure I just go in and speak it on a machine. So I make sure I get it correct because I don't like I don't know how to spell it in the day. So I'd rather speak it. Delivery. Great. Delivery transaction time. No, it would be transaction. It wouldn't be transaction time. It would be more like delivery transit time. Delivery transit time.
According to Creative Logistics Solutions, transit time is the total time it takes for goods to get from point A to point B, measured in hours and/or days.
Okay, that's perfect. That'll work. All right, put that in there. So delivery of delivery. Okay, shipping time of delivery transaction or transit. Transit. I don't know why they put a cap right there in the middle. Transit time. Let's see, U.S. Put down U.S. That'd be 2, 2, 3. Make sure you put down business. Oh, why is it going in cap already? Oh, we was in cap 2 minutes ago. I'm sorry. See business. See right there? If you spell it incorrect, it'll come up in that red. So I don't know how in the world they got so many misspellings in there. I just like to make sure. I don't know how, because it would tell you automatically from the door if you spelled it wrong. There we go, these. All right, so we have right there for shipping time of delivery transit time, US, will be 2 to 3, period. And let's go over here for overseas. We need to repeat the same action here, but we're going to do it differently. Right there, instead of writing it all over again, we just come back in and put it there, and there, and the bottom right there. All right, we don't put down US, we're going to put down overseas. Make sure you get this correct. All right, okay, perfect. That would be, I'm going to put down, that would be 10 business days right from the door. There's no 2 to 3, it's just basically just 10 from the door. So they're well aware that something else is not there. How long does it take for the package to land there from the United States Postal Service? You can have some people put down 2 to 3. What is it overseas? You don't have the overseas policy there for overseas. And you have no policy for act of God either. Detail tracking, let's see. Let's see. Tracked by detail. Well, we'll put down United States Postal Service. That's the detail tracking. That's what we apply for. It gives us certain perks too. Detail tracking. See, like I said, be very careful what you call people at the end of the day. Alone, your website by itself, alone by itself, basically comes up as a fraud site. You don't have enough information in your site. Literally, you're supposed to have over 7,000, over 20,000, over 50,000 words in your site. It's a lot, yeah. And everything can't be bunched up on one page. You have to have sections in your page. This is a section, even though we have this policy under every shopping cart, there's a section page developed for this. So you see my page, how it's set up. We have home, marketplace, contact us, payments, shipping and returns, our story, special thanks, and more. You're supposed to have this up here separately by itself, and you're supposed to have an entire policy in there. You can't have a little stick figure policy of a little bit here and a little bit there and there. You don't want that in there. Especially, like I said, for those of you who are thinking about going into screen print, designing your own business, make sure your website is legit and looks good at the end of the day. Don't make sure it looks raggedy. You don't want it raggedy. People going there, no. See right here, right now, this little section right here is bigger than your policy. This section by itself is bigger than your policy. Let's see, transit time for you is over 2 to 3 business days. Let's see, shipping time of delivery, transit time overseas 10 days. All orders have detailed tracking information. And this one section right here is bigger than your entire shipping policy. And that shows right there that you are too lazy to go in and update your policy. And your policy has been like that for day one. You don't fix jack on your site. It's very sloppy. That's why we're going to do a segment on fraud. Your website's definitely a fraud. We got the proof of it. We got an active shopping cart. We paid for something that should have never been in there to begin with. So that's another story in its own. That's definitely an active shopping cart on black paint or something you had in there that should have never been in there. No test need of it. That shows an active shopping cart taking money. So that's not good at all, period. Let's see. Let's see this. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Snail mail policy. Ooh, that's our right there. Call it the snail mail policy. Ugh, I hate looking up snails. Let's see, snail. Make sure we got this right, because like I said, my spelling isn't the best in the world, and it's not. But I make sure I go through my little spelling checkers and everything. Fast way to do spelling checkers is just go through Hotmail. Hotmail has fantastic spelling checkers at the end of the day. And I have a friend of mine, she has access to my website. She goes and she's a grammar nut. My goodness, she's a grammar nut. She's not one of the ones that correct you to embarrass you, not like that, but she's a grammar nut. She goes through my site. And on top of that, sometimes we have customers that go through and go, oh, you have so-and-so. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's see, I'm gonna call it the snail mail policy. Or snail mail shipping policy. That sounds much better. Well, the post office don't like that joke at the end of the day. I was going like, oh, so we're going to send it by snail mail? Yeah, look at you like, I think we're a little better since the stagecoach. Stagecoach shipping. If you ever read and know anything history about the United States Postal Service when they first started off on Stagecoach, you would definitely know about snail mail. All right, so this is going to be separate from here. So this is a whole nother area by itself. You need to put that over there, and this needs to be there. Let's see. We need to put into this one right here. Now, the screen I have downstairs is a customer's before we came out with the gunmetal version of the acoustic spray-on screens, with acoustic screen, and we spray it downstairs. He didn't get his transaction tool. We're going to test the screen downstairs before we code it. But his policy, basically, he said the screen was too dark. So we're going to basically test it downstairs on 1,000 lumens, see if it fires up. If that screen fires up downstairs, we know, bottom line, the story from there already from the door. That's why some people will hesitate shipping a screen back to us, because they know we will test the screen on camera. But like I said, again, even when the screen pops up with no problem, you have to understand we're not going to accuse the customer of anything, because again, the transition to a black screen from a white screen takes some time. Your eyes have to be able to focus to adjust to it. Some people get it automatically from the door. We don't have a problem with it. And then some people may have an adjustment problem. So not a problem. They could have a problem adjusting to the screen. That could be one of the things right there. So we'll make a lighter version, which we have downstairs on display, which is a lighter version of the technology, which you saw me spray outside, and it'll be shipped to them. Now, since we already have this policy already in place on the website, which means you can go into the website and you can choose whether you want the gunmetal version or you can choose the black version. There's an option there. So there's no excuse for saying that, well, I didn't know. It's on the website. Just like for the gunmetal right now, we have the dark gunmetal, but we're now going to have to take that light option LT out of there because it has to have a whole separate page to itself because there are things that the light gunmetal cannot do that the darker strains can do, and we can't have them in there together because that'd be misinformation. So I have to develop an entire specification sheet strictly for that particular product because it is different from the rest of them and post that in its own separate shopping cart. See all the work you have to do, but some people don't want to do the work. They want to do a lazy man website. They put whatever nonsense up at the end of the day and they're done. Boop, I'm done. No, you can't do that. It's a lot of work involved. Websites require constant maintenance. They require constant updating. Every time you change your policies, it has to change, blah, 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 has to be done. Yes, sir. Can't just say it on camera and say, okay, I don't have to put that into my website. Because then you got to go back and you got to search the video where you actually made the comment. Well, put it in the website and be done with it. So this is a snail mail policy. Under the snail mail policy, which is our policy we developed, if your package actually exceeds the 2 to 3 or 10 business days overseas and the product is showing that it is going through a snail process, which means it is dragging its feet, anything could be happening. Like I said, under PayPal's policy, which we know the rules and regulations over there, as long as the package shows that it is in transit and it is moving, it doesn't make a difference how slow it is, we don't have to do jack for you. We really don't. But I thought, because I'm dedicated to my customers, because think of mine, look at the stuff I pay for at the end of the day for you guys to make sure your packages look nice. We pay for extra for seals and containers and all that stuff. Yeah. If I was scamming you, I wouldn't even bother wasting that money. I'd ship your stuff in a paper bag. If that was in the day, I could save more money and keep more money to myself. I wouldn't be spending any money for that black plastic. You know how much money that stuff costs at the end of the day? That stuff is expensive. But anyway, let's get back to this. So anyway, snail mail shipping policy. Right here, like I said, it has to show that your product has exceeded these days. If it exceeds the days, we get a chance to call it. Still, we have to call it in there, find out, make sure, do detailed tracking that this package is actually stalling. It's moving, but it's stalling. Then you'll be eligible for another package ship out. But we have to do the investigation first. I'm very thorough about those investigations. And thank God I got a chance to meet managers, and I have no idea how that won't even happen, but you actually met a manager, a couple high-end managers over at my area where they have given me information on things that the computer, even paying for detailed package, has not been able to do. So that's nice to have. God works everything out nicely. All right, shipping snail mail policy. I bet you $100. I bet you $100 they copy what I'm doing over here and stick it in their website. I guarantee you. We started the batch. They put batch in there. I was flattered by it, but I don't care at the end of the day. We put snail mail policy. I guarantee they copy off of us and put snail mail there. They copy everything we do, but yet we're the ones that are the fake ones. Interesting. I saw a post which was hilarious. We cracked lefty post. I saw a post where some guy was talking about how the two products had crushed their screen, but they did the demonstration in such a dark environment. What is the deal with you guys doing these tests in these really crazy dark environments? Windows being blocked up, all that. Oh, forgot lights coming up. I gotta open my windows and turn my projectors on. Y'all can't say that in your conversation. Turn your lights on, open up your windows, and turn on a projector. I'm used to saying that. But anyway, saying that these two individuals crushed us. You do know we have a stack of return of work. They gave us back money, right? I mean, I just want to make that known to individuals who do these dumb demonstrations saying, yeah, they crushed so and so and so. You're in the dark when you're doing this, number one. And number two, we got stacks of returns. They gave us back our money. They were so scared of us, they gave us back our money. So I doubt it. But let's move on. It's interesting how they want to do demonstrations against our products, but when it comes for us to do demonstrations against theirs, they give us back our money. You're scared. I could prove that point today. I can place an order right now for all y'all stuff and watch y'all put my money right back in my account just to prove it. Y'all are scared of our products. Snail mail policy. Let's go exceeding. If it exceeds the 10 days, so we have to do shipping time. Let's see. We need here. We need because light's coming out right now, and I got to paint a customer screen in a few minutes. Let's see, and a return. Let's see, exceed. Let's see. Exceeds the limit of. Exceeds the limit of I could guarantee you they would put this in their policy. I don't know how you would put this in your policy if you don't even have a policy technically to begin with, and you don't. Let me see. This policy, like I said, alone by itself is bigger than your regular policy. Oh, we got that. We're on that right there. Exceeds. We put down exceeds. Exceeds. So right here in this policy, basically clearly states that, like I said, after doing our investigation, if we find that your package is snailing, because it does happen, packages do go into freaking the stage of limbo, we can ship you out another one. If both of them happen to pop up, you get both of them, you keep them both. You don't send back. We have customers kind of like, hey, the other one's here. You want this back? Like, no, you're good. Take it. Knock yourself out. And they feel bad about it. They want to pay for like, no, 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 it's yours. Knock yourself out. Enjoy. See, you guys at the other end, you're stuck. We know we know how your products are made. We know how they're designed already. You have a ceiling. You can only go a certain degree. That's it. You have a black and white paint. That's it. You can only put so much black paint and so much white paint into a product. That's it. It has its limitations. Our technology is different. We can develop and make whatever we want. If a company doesn't like what they want, we can customize anything they want and design it. Just like when they thought the 38 blacks only came in black, please. We can make that thing in red, blue, green, yellow, purple, whatever color we want. We can turn around. We can make it silver. We can make it gray. We can make it black. We can make it gunmetal. Make it whatever we want to make out of it. We just chose to do it at a 38 black because at that particular time, I really didn't feel the need to make anything else because the technology was already at its peak. But you're still going to have people that are still stuck in the Stone Age. So we have to come down off that ladder and come down. So here you go. This is for you. Yeah, that's what we literally had to do. We had to dumb down the technology and turn it into that. It is what it is. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to do it side by side. You'll see what I'm talking about. We had to dumb it down. I explained to y'all. Y'all don't listen. But, that's what you want. That's what you want. You got people still driving around with 8-track players and people still using record players and people still using the CRT TVs and all that stuff at the end of the day. So I guess it might be one of them. I don't know. But there you go. Let's move on. All right, exceeding. Oh, the laser disc. I used to have a laser disc where you get in a fight with somebody with a laser disc and you throw that, you can take a head off. Exceeds the limit of the 2 to 3, which we have to put down US so they know exactly which one it is. Here. And you lose a lot. But we'll show you. What the white levels? What about the white levels? Yeah, you let me know when. Let me tell you something. When you're developing the black technology, and even any company that's developing a dark gunmetal technology, they have to be able to be a certain limit of white levels have to be to drop from the screen. It's automatically going to happen. You're automatically going to lose white levels. Automatically going to happen. That's just basic common sense. For those of you who haven't figured that out, where have you been in the last couple of centuries? You haven't figured that out. You learned that freaking in kindergarten from the door when you start making colors. So you should know that from the door. But as I said before, you're always going to have a sacrifice. Something's got to give at the end of the day. So as long as the black screen or gunmetal screen doesn't hit a certain low level on a white level where it's virtually impossible to see, where colors are not popping high enough, where you can't see that, then you're good. You're in a good area. But if it's in an area where basically like that black paint we lay against the screen and you can't see jack, nothing's coming up, that is not a good sign. It's an extremely bad sign. That's why we have to do tests against black paint and black fabric and all that stuff, not only to prove that the technology works, but at the end of the day to see exactly where the white levels are coming up at on the screen. And it has to be a huge difference. It can't be a little hiccup of a change in color. It can't be none of that. It has to be a massive difference. Can't be sitting up on top of the screen. No, you have to sit back at 13 to 14 feet where the projector's sitting at. And it helps to have as much light as possible because you need to see exactly how that screen is going to react if it's in a stressful or hostile situation involving a ton of light. That's why. But when I see demonstrations of people not doing this, this is a reason why you failed to house paint at the end of the day because you didn't do the test. That's the first thing. If I'm developing a gray screen, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it through everything and get my hands on because I want to make sure nobody can mimic that screen at the end of the day. And that's what you should have did. But you didn't do that. So that's what happened. All right, exceed the limits of, shipping policy. Snail mail policy exceeds the limits of 2 to 3 shipping days. Let's see. after a thorough investigation. After a thorough investigation of 3 days. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to put down a thorough investigation because these jokers, they snail themselves, so we don't know. I don't want to put something up there we don't know. I want to be 100% sure that how long, because you have somebody like, okay, let me see, let me get back to you in 2 days. You could go through that right there. So I can't put, I'm not gonna give you a promise of something we can't really promise you on. I have to put that in a thorough investigation because we can't put that in there because, again, remember, you're dealing with another human being on the other end. They could easily say, well, yeah, all right, let me check on this. I'll be back to you in 2 days. I'll be back to you in 3 days, whatever. And if we put down 3 days, you're going to be expecting 3 days, and that person can come back in 4 or 5 days, and you'll be upset. So I'll be misleading at the end of the day. We can't do that. So let's put that in there correctly. Now, if we can get a timeline with somebody we're working with on a regular down there, like somebody who's always on a regular, they're always on point, then we can put that in there. But until then, we can't put that in there because that would be misleading. Okay. After a thorough investigation, because we have to make sure that this package is where it is, where it's sitting at. Maybe it could be on the wrong bin, maybe it could be on the wrong truck. Could be a lot of things on the reason why a package is snailing. Overseas, it could have got snagged in customs. Customs could have snagged it. It could be sitting there waiting for something. You know what I mean? That's why I got ticked off at freaking PayPal because we lost money in 3 orders because PayPal, when the second one hit, Overcron hit, PayPal gave us late information on shipping to a certain country. I think it was Australia. Was it Australia? It was Australia. Yeah, it was Australia. It was Australia. Yeah, they gave us the information late. So these packages are already shipped out. We already got to confirm a green light to ship the packages out. We ship the packages out. They're on the way. All of a sudden, the packages go, boom, they hold. They're just standing there like they're going nowhere at all. Nothing. So we're figuring, okay, we go back, we check the policy again through PayPal. Everything's well, the shipping policy, everything's good. We got the green light. The guy files a complaint to us, talking about he never received the package. We go back and again and check the policy. Now we got a red light pop and say, oh, you can't ship to this country. Well, you should have gave us that from the beginning. That would have helped. Well, we didn't know. You didn't know. Then you didn't know. You're up. Forget it. I'm not even going on that route. We just, for now, we'll check the United States Postal Service. Because United States Postal Service, if we were doing with them, they automatically had it posted that, no, you can't ship to these certain countries right here from the door. But they were late. Because they were late, they did basically reimburse us on the shipping cost, which was like $100 and something. But I lost $300 out of it all. And the customer, on the other hand, they lost out because they never got their package. You know what I mean? At least at the end of the day, I could have put the payment on hold or something. At least I could have put the payment on hold. If they didn't know, they could have put the order on hold. Now, they could do that. They can put your order on hold. They could have done that until they found out this investigation. And said, okay, here's the problem we're having over here. We're having an issue with shipping over there because of Overcron. This is what we're going to do. We're going to send them back their money, and we're going to reimburse you the shipping costs, whatever, blah, blah. Anything. Besides sending the package over and having that happen after a thorough investigation. Okay, so exceeds the limit of U.S. Shipping time. Okay, exceeds the limit of. We got to put down shipping time. Shipping time. Okay, shipping time. U.S. 10 days. And after, and put down, we got here. This is my one right there. And so I am a little happy with the lighter stuff. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. That's me personally. But that's one thing you have to learn in business. You have to be at a compromise. I don't saying the right compromise, or you have to be to work with everything in your customer. I do believe 100% that black technology is the only way to go. But maybe it may be too soon for its time. Maybe it's not ready yet. Maybe when I pass off this earth, somebody else will pick it up and maybe it will get that credibility that it needs to have. Right now, I'm going to be making a killing this summer in nightclubs. Nightclubs are looking at them demonstrations, the floor popping off. I've already got Dubai. I got somebody came over from Africa, and there's another one that came over from another country that's interested in just painting that stuff inside of a nightclub. Again, with it being black, it's not going to reflect any lights. It's going to cloak into everything down there. It's going to show you. They want to use it for visual screens. So that's what they're buying the technology for. But other than that, as I said before, you're going to have some people that still like that lighter version. That's what they want. But you want to make sure you're getting what you paid for, because if we're doing a demonstration on an LT gunmetal, we're not going to do dinky demonstrations in dark environments and overpriced projectors and all that. No, we're not doing any of that nonsense. We're doing tests against certifieds. We put it through the exact same grind that the big boy screens or these heavy screens over here, these dark screens, have to go through. We're not doing any of them cutting corners. We don't do that joke. We don't know something in the day. We'll have one on display up here somewhere. But again, like I said, we're not doing any of that nonsense. We'll show you how you're really supposed to do a demonstration on a lighter product, how it should be done and how it should be tested. I'm not going to rely on your camera. We're not going to go into a dark room and say, look at the contrast levels. They look amazing. No, we're going to do this in a fully lit environment, a max zone, to show you, look, this is what it's going to look like. And this is going to look like a normal lighting. Mind you, when we're in the max zone, light down there is crazy. Up here, this is normal lighting we're using. If it can survive down there, it can survive up here. Well, it can survive down there. You don't get that. All right, let me see. Exceed the limits of the shipping time. Exceeding the shipping time, US 2. Make sure we got this a little separate here. 2 to 3 business days. Overseas, 10 to 10 business days. And after a thorough investigation, let me see. If your package shows no sign of movement, let's see. You do know you can get this, the same thing we have. Ours is a little bit different, but you can get a similar version of detail tracking. It's like $6 a year, literally. But people are not paid $6. It's literally $6 a year. Just have to ask for it. Okay. It gives you, we get updates. So say your package is someplace, all I got to do is pop in, fill out the form, and then the form will send me updates constantly. Anytime the package shifts or moves, I'll get an update. Let me know where it's at. Okay, if your package, okay, right here, investigation. Okay, it's this period. This is a new sentence here. We'll capitalize this. All right, for you. Okay, if your package shows no sign of movement. No sign of movement, no sign of movement, no sign of movement. We will begin the process. Let me see. We will begin the process of shipping you out a new order. Begin the process of shipping you out a new order. All right, let me see. We will begin the process of shipping out a new order. Okay, perfect. All right. Let me make sure we didn't forget anything here. Okay, shipping policy, shipping policy, shipping policy. Snail mail, shipping policy. Let's see, shipping policy, shipping time of delivery transit. Time, US 2 to 3 shipping days. This should be by the carrier shipping time. United States Postal Service. It should be over the top right here. We should have this so you know exactly what carrier is taking this out. States Postal Service. There we go. Our shipping policy right there. We also need to have another policy here for customers. We get this request all the time. If they want to ship outside of the United States Postal Service, we don't pay for that. So we need to have that there to let them know we don't pay for that. Some people come and say, well, you know, I want FedEx or I want so and so and so and I want for free. Nope, no. We only ship by United States Postal Service for free. Anything out of that, you got to pay for yourself. Free shipping policy. Postal Service. Free shipping. PO. So today we get good weather. Hopefully we do. We got to repaint a customer's screen. Like I said, the screens, we have 3 of them coming in. Out of the 20 we sent out, Only 3 came back in. They want it switched over to a gunmetal, which is more of a grayer screen, a darker gray screen. So those 3 want to do it. The rest of them are happy with the darker technology, so they're good with it. As for, is there a big difference? Well, we'll do that today. We got 2 of the screens downstairs. We have a gunmetal version and we have a black version. The black version is the one I showed off. We actually increased the heightener on the white levels. We took the black fabric, draped it over top the side of the screen. Yeah, that one produces a much higher white level. Let's see, policy. So yeah, before you go around, you know what I'm talking about. Before, number one, you got that whole house paint thing to deal with, but before you go around saying that people are this, that, and the other, you need to check your website, because your website, my policy right here alone, this one policy in here alone doubles, probably triples the size of your one policy for shipping and returns. And mind you, we got boop all underneath of it. This is what you're supposed to have in your site. If you have rules and stuff that you have, all that's supposed to be in there. All right, free shipping. Okay, free shipping. Free shipping is only eligible. Free shipping is only eligible through shipping carriers of. Should be carriers, but then that means a carrier means one carrier. Then that does not sound right. It's only, see, free shipping is only eligible through, it should just, it'd be perfect with just that right there. Just that right there. Ah! Too far. Through. Now this will be redone and put on every single policy of every single shopping cart. So it'll be right there in bold writing. All right, let me see. Free shipping. And we need to put this in bold. We need to put this in bold. That needs to be put in bold, and this needs to be put in bold. So it stands out. Here we go. From the rest of it. Let's see. Free shipping is only eligible through United States Postal Service. Then only. Aha, I got that right. You're gonna be surprised sometimes. Carrier. Any other shipping carrier? This makes my job a lot easier, because then that means I don't get hit with a ton of email. Ask me all these tons of questions. And please, when we explain to you, there's a reason why we have a massive specification sheet. Read through the specification sheet. We can't make that. I've had people call me and say, what kind of surface can I paint it on? We literally have like an entire section just right there showing you what you can paint on, what you can't paint it on. Read through the policy, please. Read through the policy. That's what they're there for. This is why you see me write all this stuff in. Yeah, these are policies. See this right here? This right here alone is right now my other shipping policy on top of my other shipping policy. See all those right there? These are my shipping policies right there. This is how big your shipping policy has to be. You need all that information in there for your customers. You can't just have 2 paragraphs in there going, doo 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 doo. That's nonsense at the end of the day. Your shipping policy is way too light. Way too light. That's the new policy we just put in a few minutes ago for our customers. Free worldwide shipping. So we have United States Postal Service free shipping policy. Free shipping is only eligible through United States Postal Service only. Any other shipping carrier will be paid by customer right there. So that way that clears that up, because when we have some people overseas that will say, well, what about, we use this shipping carrier over here. We don't pay for that. That's not our policy. I can't just say that. It needs to be on the website. So there we go. Let's save this right here. Right there, it's done. It's all saved. Now let's see if I forgot anything else. If I did, we could come back in here later on. I got to come back here and I got to update. All right. So this is pretty much already on the site for our shipping information. This is what's missing right here. So well, we go in here, we take this entire page here, all the way up from top, boom, 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 and we go in here and we take this whole policy and we do the copy and paste here. Show you a fast way to check your stuff. Even this has a built-in speller check. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna check something real quick for a minute. We go in here. All right, let me go in here. I wanna make sure we don't have anything up here for you guys to see. All right, so let me come out of this real quick. Now, over here, see right here, there's a little section right there. This is how you fix your problems. If you have any problems, it'll show you how many mistakes you made. You're gonna copy and paste this whole section here. Boom. This will let me know when I scroll down to the bottom. Anything that comes up with a purple line or red line next to it will let me know if I made any mistakes right there. So let's go do the scroll. Boom, 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 boom. None. We have no mistakes. There you go. That's how you do it. See, automatically, Wix automatically comes with a spelling checker. If you spell something wrong, you get a red line saying, nope, guess what? Go back and check again. But to reinsure that we don't have any problems in there, this is all good. Oh, right there. See right there. We got one right there that popped up. See, there's another one that popped up right there. See, this is why it's always good to use it. So we go in and hit this, right? And this will go fix the problem where it needs to be fixed. We got another one here. That'll fix the problem there. See, that's how you do it. There, we got another one there. That'll fix it right there. Make it look more neater right there. This is how you do it. There's no excuse to have improper or incorrect spelling on your website. No excuse for it. That's just a person who's just utterly too lazy to get up and get the job done. That's where it comes from, being lazy. Because I told you, we got the same platform. And the same platform, it will tell you if you made an if you made a mistake, it'll tell you if you made the mistake. Now we come back in here. This is my policy we just put in, which did not come, which we had to go in and fix it. Going into this policy right here, and we start erasing this entire policy because we already got the other one copied. We're good. And this will let you see all the mistakes, everything you made. Now, even though they have a spelling checker on here, it's good, but it's not that good. So I still run it through the Hotmail because the Hotmail spelling checker is really good. And like I said, if you don't want to pay for the program, guess what? You can do it right there for free. Let me put the other one back in, which is actually done correctly. Boom, there it is right there. Now, the only difference is now I just have to put my font back in because my font is not there anymore. So we come back in here and we'll change over the font to where we had it at over here with, I think we had it in George. I think we did have it in George. No, wait, that's the size, not the size. We're good on the size. We can keep it like that right there. Let's just do the whole thing. Yeah, we'll do the whole thing because it'll make it a lot easier for me. We'll just do the whole thing in 17. All right, we'll put it back in because when you bring it back, it's going to change your entire font altogether. So we have to bring it back up a little bit. There we go. Bring our size up a little bit of there. Be good there. A little bit more. All right, that's better. And now we change that out. And we have to change out the wording here. Actually, we need to change out the entire thing. Right there, okay. Now we go into, why is this saying that? We don't want that. We want to be able to change out the page theme. Theme's not there. Here we go. This is what we need right here. All right, now we're going to go change it up to George, which we had it in to begin with. Where are you, George? We know you're in here somewhere, George. George. Let me see you right there. There we go. There we go. Get it back to George. Now we go to the front because we're going to put this back in bold because this is in bold. Here we go. Back in bold. These are the headers, which need to be in bold. There we go. That's all. Once you come out of there, it's going to completely change your font. And it's going to change anything you had in there. Colors, all that's going to change. You have to put that back in. And that's basically about it. And you're done. Voila. So we got everything correctly spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled. Go to the spelling checker. Even if you go through here, the spelling checker is okay, but still things could be spaced. You might not have a comma there or whatever. It's always good to go into Hotmail. Hotmail is very thorough about it. They got a great spelling checker in there. And then my friend, she will come in to my page, remote control access, and she would go in there and she would go over my page again. Because I told you at the end of the day, I ain't trying to put the guy down at the end of the day, but man, it's been like that for 6 months, and you need to straighten that up. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't make you look good at all. It makes like you're illiterate, you can't spell, you don't know what you're talking about, and then you're on YouTube talking about you make this paint. That doesn't match up at all. Period. You need to get this correct at the end of the day because it makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about. You got things on there that don't back up right correctly. You think some people are going to test that stuff at the end of the day. So you have to make sure you can back it up. Make sure you have it on your website is correct. You have people out there that are public speakers that may have the most immaculate grammar you can think of on the face of the planet. They will still have somebody go through their stuff at the end of the day. They will pay somebody that's better than them. They would definitely pay somebody better than them. That's how my friend I told you about. He's crazy about grammar. He's a grammar nut job. He all about grammar. He got this really crazy high in position job, and he really didn't even put an application in because he was just bored sitting in the office, and he went over the guy's work real quick and just corrected all his stuff because that's what he likes to do. And the guy came in and said, "Who did this?" He said, "I did it," and he got a job. Ha ha ha! Crazy, ain't it? Yep. Because he figured at the end of the day, if this guy is this good, he's going to go through my stuff and not make me look like a complete idiot in front of a bunch of people. Yeah, I need to get this guy on a payroll. That's how he got his job, literally. It's literally how he got his job. He wasn't even going there for a job, but the application was with somebody else that was in that area for something else. But it just happened, being the OCD, or I think that's what it's called, just have to have everything just right. We went through this guy's book and recorrected everything, and that's how he got a job. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I said, they don't want to look like an idiot in front of a bunch of people reading through. Like, I thought somebody had checked this. Who the freak checked it? You know, potatoes not spelled that way, right? Like, they really, really make mistakes themselves. But still, at the end of the day, they could be the best speakers on the face of the planet. They will still have somebody go through and check their stuff. Some of them are so paranoid, they'll have somebody check their stuff, and the person that's checking their stuff, they'll have somebody check their stuff. You think I'm joking? But for your page to look like that at the end of the day, especially when we at the same platform, I know for a fact that this unit right here, if you spell a word incorrect, it will tell you spelled the word incorrect. It'll give you a red line telling you. So you must have had red lines popping up all over the place. You just ignore them. That's what you call being lazy. And if you're going to be that lazy to put information on your website, how much more are you going to be lazy when it comes to testing and the product itself? That's why the product is suffering, because it matched a house paint. Now I need to go through here real quick. Oh, we're out of this. We're out of this. Right here. We saved that here. So when people come in and say, "Hey, you spelled this wrong," you think that bothers me? Oh, heck no. I couldn't care less. Go in there and fix it. Whatever. You can call me an idiot, dumb, stupid, whatever. That don't bother me at the end of the day. Nah, just go in there and fix it. That's all. What makes you an idiot at the end of the day is you keep it that way. That's what makes you an idiot. People don't understand that. People get offended and get upset because, boy, man, you got a lot to learn about freaking human behavior and human emotions, boy. I'm telling you, man. Some of you may already know that you just don't let that little stuff get to you at the end of the day. Y'all take it to it's easy. That's why it's easy for us to trigger y'all. It's easy for us to trigger y'all because we know how y'all are going to react. We can read you. We can read you. Sometimes we can fish and still read you. But anyway, yeah, if I spell something incorrect, big deal. So what? It's human nature. Go back in and fix it. That's what you do. But if you leave it that way, because if it's a pride thing, because you don't want anybody knowing that you spelled it wrong, we all know you spelled it wrong. We can clearly see it on the page. Just go in and fix the problem. Fix it. But they're not going to do it. Either two reasons why: laziness or pride. And either way, both of them make you look like you're stupid. They do. That's why I couldn't care less if somebody says, "Oh, you're a freaking idiot. You spelled so-and-so wrong." Okay, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Go fix it. Done. Moving on. Next thing. But if you leave it that way, oh, okay, there you go. That's like, if you got a steel door and you got it because you don't want people stealing your stuff out of your house, what's the point of having it if you keep leaving it unlocked? People come like, "Yo, your door's open, someone's going to go in it. Oh, it's great." You leave it the same way. You get robbed every freaking day. What's the point of having a lock if you don't basically shut the door and use it? All right, our policy is good here, so we're good. We publish this, we'll publish it again. So there it is right there. Now, the same policy we have here, we have to go into text, and then we have to come back in here, and we have to copy this one here again. I'm going to copy that entire policy all over again, right here. For this one right here, this is what we need. This one policy here, because the rest of them are on the website. Now, as of now, none of these are, this policy is not in any of the shopping carts. So this is what we have to do. We come out of here. This, mind you, again, Lazy Man website is when you take all the policies and you stick them in one section. No, we have them on the website, and then we have a special section to itself that has all the policies there. And that way our customers can say, and like I said, I told you, PayPal will go through your website. Let me see, let's go over to where it says home page here. Oh no, we don't need a home page. You gotta be a marketplace. What are you doing? You have to be a marketplace. You're definitely in the wrong section. You have to be over in marketplace. All right. So now we have to go in, we have to make several changes because the light LG, the LG gunmetal needs its own shopping cart because again, we can't put it in with any of these because not going to go well. It's a different product. You'll see when we do the testing today. Testing for that will be today. It's going to be fairly easy. Darker screens, tests for dark screens are extremely hard. Light screens, not so hard, but it's still going to go through the same grinder. But I thought it would, yeah, it's not going to do that. It's not. Let me see. We need to go to the top. This would be the gunmetal. This would be the gunmetal right here. Let's manage products from here. Okay. So this is the time you guys sit down to do all this. So basically, like I said, not to be rude here, but it's the truth. My one policy that I have up there, which I'm about to put into all my shopping carts, is 3 times. I'm gonna say 4 times, maybe 5 times the size of your regular policy. That's we call a lazy man policy. You just do whatever in there. You have no acts of God. Yeah, nothing there to protect yourself at the end of the day. 48, right? It's the 48. This is gunmetal. It's gunmetal. Yeah, it's a gunmetal. There we go. So we go to the bottom here, all the way down here. This is where the policy pops up right there. See all that information in that policy? Woohoo! Yeah, we put all that in there for you. Please read. We need to have it right here underneath this one. All right, now it's a little spaced out, so we have to go get everything nice and together. Okay, so policy, shipping, policy, eligible. All right, that's all that's right there, right? Yep. Okay. Okay, so we need to fix it from here. We need to bring it up a little bit because it's a little spaced right there. That's one policy, but that has to go down 1. All right, so that's the policy for that one. This should be the policy for this one. All right there and there. Let's see, shipping time right here. Nope, that's too much. Bring it down. All right, that's perfect right for there. Let's see, this one for this one, bring it up. I guess that is going to how it's going to be. Okay, keep it that way. It's okay. Please read. Okay, so we need to, but I need to bring this one up a little bit more. This is way. All right, that's better right there. I'll take that. And what do we have here? This one right here. Shipping process should be a little higher up too. There we go. So this section right here is your policy. You're supposed to have your specifications on this side. At the bottom, you have your summary. On this side, you have your policies right here. On his page, he has policies, specification. I don't even call it specification. I don't know what that is. Whatever, all jumbled all together and here and all stacked there. That's what he has. No, he didn't activate the, there's a section here that you activate to separate one from the other to make the page look a little bit more professional. Let's see. All right, so this is what we have here. We need to put these policies here in bold, black. There we go. That one in black, bold. And we need to put this nail policy here. Black bold there. There we go. And let's see if we're missing another one. Oh yeah, shipping, United States shipping policy right there. Put that in there so it comes in black. So it both stands out from the rest of them. All right. Now we're going to take this entire section here, since we got a better design for right here, here, and we'll take it from here and we'll copy it because we're done. That policy is done. Upgrade that. That's finished. That's one shopping cart. All right, let's go save it. We're on the 48. That's the 40 from the top, so that one's finished. Now we go to the other shopping cart and we do it again. This is why I told you they don't want to do the work, because this is work. And we should be doing this. There we go, hit that, and let's go and hit this one. There we go. Perfect. Okay, policies for that one. Save that one. That's saved. Okay, let me see. So if you notice, everything on every page is in sync, which means what you see on one page, you see on every single page. You want to see a different policy here, you want to see different here. No, they all match. They have to. You can't have them different. That doesn't even look right at the end of the day. You got one section saying one thing, another section saying another thing. That does not go well. All right, this is the black right here. So this policy has to go under every single shopping cart. Oops, sorry about that. Try to get it a little bit. Okay, let me see. Like that one right there, the 1 gallons right there. I mean, not just him, anybody you come across a site and it looks that thin, there's not enough information in it, no, don't even bother with it. Well, there's a ton of information that's missing that's supposed to be in there. Nowhere in the world a site should look that light. Especially when it comes to specifications. Specification sheet's supposed to be massive. Like I said, our specification sheet was so huge. We maxed out YouTube's what it called 5,000. It was 5,000 letters that we can put in. We maxed it out. We had to go over to the website. I think we got 7,000 in one of our. It's 7,000 both of them. All right, let's go to that. Something there. Save that. Let's go over to let me see. Oh, we're way past time here. It's definitely gonna go past this. This is when we work today. This is the pre-coded here. This is the second one here. Pre-coded there. Let me see. Let's see. This is for what size? We got what size for this one? We should have at the bottom. What size we have this one? Make sure we got this noted. This is for 100 inch, 100 inch. Okay, 100 inch. Current policy here. This is for 120 because this is for the black. I still haven't seen any of these backups yet. I have not seen any of these demonstrations. We've requested challenges from quite a few people before we went back into doing our work, and still nothing. What is going on with that? How come these challenges haven't been done yet? I'm still waiting for this to be done. I'm curious, like I said, whether or not we're going to be placing orders this summer. I will have his product down here. Partay's product's coming down here. It's going to be here. Like I said, I want to test out that whole theory of that whole fusion of quantums or whatever it was. You put in all these different codes. We're going to do a screen down here, and we're definitely going to test it. So, giving them the opportunity to do these tests themselves, but apparently they don't want to do them. So I guess we'll have to do them ourselves, eh? Because again, you can't just write stuff on your website about stuff having fusion and all that nonsense, and then you match a wall in your theater room. That's not good at all, period. So that clearly shows if I get the same color in your theater room and I go through that whole process, what I just went through, because we're going to do the whole process. We're going to do the whole instruction process right there on camera. And that thing matches that theater wall with one coat. Oh, that's not going to be good. But it is. It's going to match. It's definitely going to match. I guarantee that one, bar none. It's going to match. And it's also going to match that software gray from Sherwin-Williams. It's definitely going to match that. That's why our orders got canceled. If your product works, I find it interesting. And people did it at the forum site found it when we posted the cancel receipts. They were like, good gracious, they canceled that many times. I said, yeah, they canceled, but the money right back in the account. Now, I find it interesting that these are individuals that want to test everybody else's product. But when people go to test theirs, oh, here's your money back. Here's your money back. They don't want nobody testing their stuff. That means your product doesn't work. And keep in mind, we got a phone call from this individual asking us for permission to buy, and no orders have ever went through, not one. We never received an order from either one of them, but they claim they have to get it from somebody else because it's very complicated to buy from it. It's not complicated. Go to the website, make the order. I have no idea why you would ever call my house, waste my time, very busy, and want to have me on a live stream saying that you could buy the product if you were never planning to buy the product to begin with. The problem is that you can't have the real product down there because we all know if the real product lands on your doorstep, then your screen would fail miserably. Again, you matched a network grade 773 and we could dominate that screen with no problem. So if you matched it, what do you think would happen to your product land against that technology over there? So there you go. So, the order never went through, never placed an order, nothing, just talking for the sake of talking. I am not one about talk. If I want something, you give me the open door, I go buy. And that's what I did 15 times. Partay, 5 times. Ordered from you. Money went right back into my account. But yet you guys get on YouTube and you talk about how amazing your products are, but you can't even back up your own work. I guarantee you by the end of this week, I'll go order all your products again and you can all watch my money bounce right back into my account, 1 penny at a time. Bounce, boom, 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 boom. But we've given you permission multiple times. I've given Crow, I say roughly 12, 13 times on camera, requesting him to make a purchase. I haven't made a purchase yet. I haven't heard a thing from him. And you know why? Now, you call yourself getting an item from the item you said you did a review on. Again, package was open, container was open, no seals on it, nothing whatsoever. And again, and the 15 times or 12 or 13 times you emailed me or whatever nonsense about saying you have a batch number doesn't mean jack unless we have a video back on the product showing the product being painted before it was ever shipped out, before you ever got a batch number. See? That's where the argument he has with me. But again, that's how his mindset is. The same individual sat in front of a camera trying to convince people that his product wasn't matching a house paint when clearly you can see it was matching. Everybody could see that one. Even in the forum sites. I mean, I figured since if YouTube was biased about it, we'd just go to 14 or 15 other different forum sites and post it there. And guess what? Every last person came around like, what the freak am I looking at? I said, can you tell the difference? They said, no, I cannot. So, with that being said, already from the door, that pretty much right there is a done deal. Man, that is going to be a hard thing to recover from. It really is. This is why I tell you, I sit there and say it on camera too many times to count. Testing, 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 testing. You can't put on your website your product is weatherproof where has it been tested that it's weatherproof. Do you have any demonstrations of it being outside? What size screens have you displayed on? If you're showing small screens on little tiny screens, that's not a screen for display for outside. You got to be outside at 150 or more to display an outside screen. Screen has to be huge. 48, 48, 38 Black Widow. It has to be huge, especially if you're dealing with venue projectors. You're claiming your product works with venue projectors, and you have to show venue projectors. An NEC 1150 is not a venue projector. I had 3 of those. They're not venues. They're 4,300 lumens, around that 42, 43. I think they're around 42. They're 4,200 lumens. 4,200 lumen projectors. They're making 4,000, 5,000. Very few of them come with HDMI ports. They come with DVIs. And I had a couple of them here. That projector is not considered to be a venue projector. It's considered to be a home theater projector. You will know a venue projector when you get one, but you don't own any venues. So you can't make accusations that your products work on venues if you've never been on a venue to begin with. There's a whole lot of stuff missing. It's just not there. What we have here, we done here. This is the policy for 2 to 3. That's good right there. We're doing back checking. I back check everything to make sure that we have it in here correctly. And like I said, even your site alone, not good. Not good at all. We're missing one. One's missing. One looks like it's coming up here. I think we got them all. We got the last one here. Yeah, it is what it is. Bottom line, at the end of the day, they don't do proper testing, but that's the reason why orders are canceled, because over here, excuse me, you will not get the high-end projectors. You will not get the dark environments, none of that. You will get the fully lit environments and the low-end projectors. If your product is working, then it will work perfectly on that. We don't use bells and whistles and perks and stuff from high-end projectors to make the screen look good. I mean, clearly I showed you that one when we went searching for the P2. See if we can find anybody to match their promo video. And we couldn't. When he found one person, like I said, he had a $3,000 dark star line laying against his wall right there. Anybody else, if you didn't have one of those high-end screens, you were not going to be able to pull that off. Not the way they were doing it. All right, we're good here. So everything's good there. I'll make sure everything's good there. So yeah, even with the big companies, and I explain this to people so many times, like, look, if they're displaying a projector, chances are they got a really high-end screen there by a big company. If they're displaying a high-end screen, chances are they got an extremely high-end projector in there. Black Diamond showed a demonstration at $50,000 Sony 4K laser projector at 10,000 lumens. This thing set a couple inches from a wall at 10,000 lumens. That is freaking power right there. Of course the screen's going to look the way it's going to look. Look at the size of the projector sitting against it. You go home on your projector, you're not going to get the same results. You're not, because of the projector they have in the environment. Same thing when we look for the P2. Try to find somebody to match the promo video. Pure only found one person that came close enough to it, and he had a $3,000 Dark Star 9. Everybody else that didn't have that screen was sitting in the dark. So that tells you right there, you're going to have to spend that money. One or the other. You know, they're either going to use high-end projectors to make the screen look good, or they're going to use a high-end screen to make the projector look good. That's how it works. That's why we put up the 1-year challenge. The 1-year challenge was to strip all that away. You don't have the option of using a high-end projector. You can't use dark environments. You can't use any of that stuff. Strip it all away. What do you get? Now, what I saw in the demonstration, when I saw his product sitting up there with a 42 or 4311 projector, the screen was washed out. Everything was washed out. Not a tan splashed across the screen. It was a very bad looking picture. But like I said, without that particular projector, without that dark environment, yeah, you're going to get perks when you have a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio. Big time perks. Everything's going to change for you. But what about the customer who doesn't have a 2 million to 1? Then where does that put him at? See, that's why I don't use high-end projectors. I use projectors that anybody can afford at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, to make sure we got to separate something from here. Something's going to come in. We got to separate something from here. Gunmetal has to be pulled out of here. One of these, they really have to be pulled out of this one because it has a separate shopping cart. We're going to put light gunmetal next to dark gunmetal, and you'll see why that we have to pull it from this particular option. And that's be yanked because they're not the same. Definitely not going to be the same. So we're going to delete this whole cart. That's gone. Because now we have to come in, we have to paint that screen, test that screen, put that screen against the other screen so people can see the difference. Because people are going to look at like, okay, what's the difference? There's going to be a big difference. But this is for those of you who want a lighter version of the gunmetal. We can make them, and we'll have it right over there on display today. That's what testing will be today. We're also going to be doing a customer screen because, like I said, we have customers that not all of them, but some will have a hard time transition over to black technology, and some won't. You're going to have some that will, and some won't. It's when talking to the minister, talking to him and trying to tell him like, this is the way it's got to be. And this is black technology. It's the best, so and so and so. I had to listen to myself as I was speaking. I was like, you're forcing this on people at the end of the day. You have to have this technology. You have to. It's the best. It's the best. It is. But some people are not ready for that transition yet. So we're going to have to compromise. We're going to have to come down and bring lighter versions of the 38 out. So that way, if they want to take the stair steps, okay, you try this version, you like it, you want something a little darker, we got something next to that, and you transition to the black screen. You got to put those steps in process. So that's what I had to learn to do when I'm listening to having this conversation. So I learned something out of that conversation with that man. I could have been hard-headed and went the whole entire way and like, no, this is the way it's going to be. And it's the only way it's going to be finalized. That's it. Deal with it. I could have been that person. But I sat there and listened to myself like, good God, man, you got to listen to yourself, man. Even though you know you like this is what you like. It may not be what some people may prefer at the end of the day. So you need to make a lighter version of this technology so they can adapt to it. And there we are. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. All right, let me see. We need to remove this altogether. Let me see. We got a paint on demonstration we're about to do, but right now we got to get this taken care of first. So the light gunmetal is going to be removed for right now because we have to make a whole another shopping cart for it by itself with its own specification sheet because this will be different from the rest of the stuff. We're all going to do side by side so you can get an idea of, okay, this is what I might want to go with, so and so and so you can get an idea what you'll be working with. All right, let me see. This is the gunmetal technology. We got that one right. Let's go to this other one at the bottom. We have to remove that cart. Has to go in. That has to be gone. Get rid of that cart. Now, because this is by rules, and I know by anything by rules, when you basically have a product that's lighter, usually darker screens will cost you more money. They're always going to cost you more money. Lighter screens are a little bit more or less expensive. Like I said, if you go to elite screens category, some of the white screens cost you $500, maybe $600, depending on what you get with frame or motorized. When you start moving on to the Cinema Gray, it's an $800 screen. When you move on to the Cinema Gray 5D and 3D, $1,500-$1,600. And then when you get to the flagship, the Dark Star 9, you're talking about $3,000 easily from the door. That's what you'll pay. So we're going to have to give this a price difference. It can't have the same price as the gunmetal, the darker screens, because it doesn't fit in that category of those darker screens. So we have to bring the price down of those. So this one will have a price drop different from the rest of them because, like I said, the technology for darker screens is always more expensive. That's how it works. Yeah, you wanna give the salesperson a good laugh. Walk into a dealership and say, well, how come I can't get the same price for that gunmetal screen that I can get for... They'll laugh you out of the shop like, you get out of here. I had some people that didn't even know how expensive projection screens got. They thought what they saw on Amazon was it. Are you kidding me? You can't buy the screens that I have in my library for my samples in Amazon. You have to go to a special dealership to get those particular screens. You want sticker shock? Those things will definitely give you sticker shock. You think you're going to get a DMP Supernova for $500? What planet are you freaking living on? You got better try again on that one. You better try $4,500, and that's for a 100-inch. That's not for a 120-inch. None of that. You better try $4,500. That's more than the down payment for a car. Yeah, you're going to pay some money. You're going to definitely pay some money. The forum sites that I have been into, good gracious, the price tags. I've seen this guy spend $500,000 for a theater system, sound system only. I'm not talking about no freaking screen or chairs or popcorn machine, just the sound system, $500,000. You think you got the money, it's out there. You ever seen tube amps? These are the old-fashioned amps. They got the old-fashioned tubes. They brought them back. They modernized them. Those things cost so much money. It's not even funny. They're $15,000 if you got it. So you can spend some money. But when I go in these rooms, these people got like diamonds. They got DMPs. They got these screens that cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just for a 100-inch, and they got 150s in there. You have any idea how much a 150 costs? Mind, this screen is $3,000 for a 100-inch. This is a 150-inch screen. It just give you an idea how insane some of this stuff can be. A DMP Supernova, 180-inch, the one I had outside, we're gonna have out there again. 180-inch, the one I had downstairs in my basement, a DMP Supernova cost you $17,000. Yep, you just paid for a car. Yeah, you pretty much just paid for a car. You get a car for $17,000. Yeah, that's what you just paid for. The fella didn't believe that it would cost that kind of money. Like, it can't be that expensive. Oh, yes, they can. And you can't go to eBay. Maybe you might be able to go to eBay and find someone who has one for used, you know. But if you want the brand new latest model, you're not going through Amazon to get that. Amazon doesn't even carry that. You have to go to a select dealership to get that particular item. And the first thing they're going to ask you for, and they're going to put you to the grind, they're going to ask you what kind of lighting you have in your environment, where your projector's sitting at, what kind of projector do you have. Do not mention 720p, 1080p, none of them at all, period. Even them over there consider the P2, I'm sorry to say, to be a paperweight. That's what they consider over there. The elitists over there who have the JVCs, good gracious, that's a freaking expensive projector. They consider the P2 to be a paperweight over there. Tell me somebody has a $50,000 projector. You think about it. Christie's, you get into the Christie's. Some people had a couple of high-end Christie's, $250,000 units over there, 180,000 units over there. You can spend some money. Yeah. That's where we like to go out and play. Because I go over there, they got their gray screen set up. They hit it with their projector. They show off their environment. Because, of course, they're going to show it off. You got paid money for antique movie chairs, and they paid the money for the posters and the display and the artwork that make that place look nice. And of course, they want to turn the lights on and show off what they paid for. Everybody would want to show that. If you had a place like that, well, heck yeah. The chandeliers, the artwork, the whole craziness they have in there. They want to show it off. But when you look at the screen, it's washed out. It has this tannish look around the screen. And on the screen, you turn the lights out. And we go in there and we display these black screens in these fully lit environments. And the first thing they're all got their jaw. What kind of projector you got? What kind? Because they think that we got something like they got. Well, heck no. We're running. This is $100 freaking projector. And it's a 720p. They can't pick up that contrast level. They brag about they're way over a 2:1 contrast ratio. Please, them. What they have on those projectors over there, 2 million is like 1,000 to 1 on one of my projectors. So when they come in and they see that setup we have in here, we don't have the glamour, we don't have the glitz, we don't have that, but I got a black screen that will pull a contrast level far more advanced than what your projector would do at the end of the day. And I only paid $109 for my machine, and my environment's fully lit. They even get even more shocked when we go outside and show the demonstration on a 180-inch screen. There you go. That's the shock and awe. Shock and awe. So I think we got them all done right there. That's why I like going in there. And of course, we get the same conversation. We get the few haters that'll pop in there telling me, man, I can do the same thing with black paint. The same thing. Oh, really? Big old grin pops up on my face. Let's get this going. Let's get this on. I send over the pictures. Oh, pictures can be Photoshop. Anybody could have made them. Then we send up a live reel, and that's the end of it. Gotta be able to back it up. All right, let me see. We got everything here. We're good. Let me see. We got it all. Boom. I think we got all the gunmetals removed. Okay, so now we got to put the new one in, which I want to design a label for that one, which I should do right now. I'm going to probably save this right here. This is all done. I think we should put an announcement here somewhere. We got an announcement here for somewhere. We got the gunmetal. We're going to change this over to LT, new LD, light. I said just put LT. So it's an LT gunmetal. Right there, put that right there. So we'll publish that. So that'll be for the front. We already put the introduction for that one. I'm gonna go pop over to, we gotta go over where we just came out of this one. Did we put that on policy? And we did policies right there. Oh, tired people. We just put the return policy there. We have to go over into home page and we have to put the update in there for the new LT Gunmetal. Do. We got it here? No, we don't need it. I guess we got it in the front. Oh no, we got it here. All right, so I'm gonna do the LT. LT is a light gunmetal, so you know that one. And we got one that's dark. All right, so we gotta put in LT. LT is a light one. There we go. So that's in there already. So that puts right there. Save that. That's done. Put this over here. Boy, it's gotta be a warm one today because I am freaking burning up. Then again, I am sitting in front of a radiator, so that definitely could explain most of it. All right, that's all done. So we got the LT, which is coming new. All right, now we got to do is we have to get a label for this bad boy. Did I publish this before I go pop into this? Oh, we're good. All right, let's go grab ourselves a label here. Let me see where they're at. Three of this is right here. This should be my labels. Here we go. Which one's a gunmetal? Gunmetal, this is a gunmetal, right? That's a gunmetal. I'm going to go over to, let's see, open with Pisces viewer. There we go. Here we go. I think I'm gonna put a new trim. Let me see. I need to change out. Can we get access to this, or do we have? We don't. We have to go in it, and we're gonna have to remove some of that. We need to remove from here. We need to take out. Let me see. Because they're not gonna allow us to get access to that. So we need to take this out. All right. Apply that. And we need to put a text here. And I want to put in C. Let's see. ADV. I'll be on my projection. I say 38. LT. All right, bring this back from here. Bring it back. There we go. All right. Here, more. That's another thing too. You don't put any time into your labels. None of them. No time at all. Just drawing on them. I just do it with a crown at the end of the day. That's a little off. Gotta go a little farther down. That's perfect. All right, good. All right, we want to save the application right there. It's an LT, so LT stands for the light. Let me come over here. I want to switch over. I want to bring another border in. Here we go. I want to, no, I want to expand my size. Here we go. That's good. Now, this is just for the printout for the time being. I'm going to go down and purchase myself some different colored paper for this, but this is just for the time being. All right. I need to go into, let me see, save this. Okay, we're going to put 38. I'm going to put it at the top so it knows which one is in the label. This is an LT. That's LT Gunmetal. So that's on record right there. Label saved right there. All right, now we go and we put into here. There we are there. Print of that one. Now the LT, that came out nicely, very nice. I like this. The LT will only be available in 12s and 48s. And so we're gonna have them in. That's how you do it. Now the paper, we're gonna change up the paper. We're gonna get something much better, much more professional, but this gives you an idea what we need to work with. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta do better when it comes to your site and your labels. So your labels look raggedy. So you need to do better on that. All right, so that's finished. We can go in now. We actually have a label for it. We can start putting in the first page for the shopping cart, and then I have to go in and design an entire specification sheet for it. And then we'll have our pictures today of the actual product and the paint on demonstration along with test. So let's go over into Marketplace. Let's go pull ourselves up a shopping cart. We're going to do these in 48s and 32s only. This is going to have a drop because I said before, it's not going to have the performance as the other screens. So the screens have certain perks because they are dark. This is why the darker screens cost more money, because they have certain perks. Let me see. So what we're going to do is on this one, we're going to save and duplicate this entire page. All right, and then we're going to go in, and this shopping cart is going to be locked. So we'll lock this shopping cart. This is how you lock a shopping cart. Go into the bottom, see where it says inventory, and you take out the entire inventory. That means the shopping cart will come up with out of stock. That's how you lock your carts. There you go. So since the inventory says nothing, there's nothing to sell, the shopping cart doesn't exist because it says out of stock. That's what you do. All right, so before we save all that, let's go into the top here, because I'm editing mode, it's not gonna show up anyway. 48. Change this over to 32 right now. 32, and then we do a 48. All right, 32. Let's see, gotta put down LT here. Yeah, cat for that. The LT stands for light. Actually, that's in the wrong section. That should be another section. That's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a space here. It should be here. LT Gunmetal. All right. All right, that's new. Go through the specification sheet once we go through all testing. We can't touch this until we go through all testing, but we can change out the names here. Certain things we can change, certain things we can't change. All right, so let's see. Going to the top, the very top of all of this right here, we start to test out balloons. We can drop on this bad boy in a fully lit environment. Let's see, gunmetal. Let's see the LT. Put that in there. These are the ones we can change names. LT. Let me see. Superior Elitis. Not going to have Elitis next to it because it's definitely designed for that one. So we got to take that out. That's definitely. I can tell you from the door contrast is definitely going to be fair. So we have to take that out. We call it, it'll be a superior class, but it won't be an Elitis. Let me see. No, we don't use this in any ambient controlled environments. We're not using that. Outside. No, it's not going to happen. We only suggest darker screens outside. And we're going to make the account for 1500. Well, I set them at 1000, but we're going to do 1500 on that one. Because then you'll have people trying to do something they're not supposed to be doing with these screens. And again, like I said, only the darker technology has that capability. Yeah, it's going to be a roll on spray on application. It's definitely going to be in there. In viewing angle, we don't know about that yet. So that's still, we don't know about that. We don't have to wait on that one if we can touch that at all. We're going to put down light. Light gunmetal. We have to put down what does the abbreviation for LT stands for. All right, because a lot of people are like, what does LT stand for? Let's see. LT stands for I'll just leave that right there. Oh, geez. No, because this one should have been dark too. This should have been a bold. And this definitely should have been a bold here. Oh, wait, we're missing two. Which one was here? All right, put that in there. So at least we'll have this done. I can always reduplicate this page and I'm good. All right, so that's for these two right here. And this will stand for LT, stands for light. Oh, we're still in bold. That's supposed to be in bold. Come on, get out of there. Be nice. Stands for light. Light color. Color. So we have to put down abbreviation what this LT stand for. Like here we have abbreviation for ADV stands for advanced. LT stands for light color, screen color. So we have that there. And we'll see what we can change here before we go into the testing. Yeah, we definitely know it's roll on and spray on. That's definitely ultra sure, so it shouldn't have an issue with it, but we can't put it in there until we actually do the test. So light gunmetal gray, that's the color of it. Extreme dark gunmetal. Nope, can't have this in here. Let's see. Nope, this whole section can't be in here because this is not dark gunmetal. Gotta take that out. Let's see. Let's see, it's color there. Let's see. White level capability. White level capabilities are higher. Okay, see. That's for our. Let's see. This whole section right here has to be removed. Yeah, We gotta move this whole section all together. Gotta go. Can't be answer black screen technology. I gotta go. Told you, we gotta certain perks the screen doesn't have. All right, you want a lighter screen, didn't you? You wanted a lighter screen, didn't you? Only joking with you. Yeah, yeah, but you have to. It's not gonna be the same thing. You'll see. Let's see, white screen level capability. Or new. No, well, we don't even need that. Let's see. Let's see. Designed to produce a higher white level, but warning, black levels will drop. I think we need to have that literally in the front. Right up in the front. Right up here. We need to have this right up in the front. I'm going to take this out right here because it doesn't have to worry about having white level capabilities because it is a darker screen. All right. All right, but we do need to have up here noted. Take this out. This has to go too. All right. Ambient rejection, 38. LT Gunmetal. Black Widow. Paint. This design is designed to produce a higher white level, but warning, black levels will drop. Will drop. There we go. So we got that right there. A disclaimer right here for you. Right there. Boom. So if we go with outside, let's see, if you go with outside, no, not gonna go that road. I know what this thing's gonna look like outside. It's not gonna go well. Not against a black screen, just not gonna go well. Because I can't go out there and say black screens are more superior outside than they are. Silver screens, nah, it's not gonna go well. I can tell you that right from the door. I ain't gonna bother putting it in there. That's a 32 ounce. Paint's 100 inch, 200. Mine's 150 inch because we did get 150 inch out of them, but I'm gonna keep them that part they are. 150. We get a 50, 120. Yeah, you get 150 out of it. So, but I'm gonna keep it the same. Let's see, 32, 102, 120. Even though we got 150 out of it, so put in 120 inch. All right, let me see. All right, let's just spray on the paint applications. Okay. Let's go with 1500. That's what we recommend is 1500. No, we're gonna take the whole outside out because we're not using these outside. That's not gonna happen. Right, gray screens and silver screens have issues outside, so no. Even if we upgrade them with the technology we have, still no good. Let's see. It does have some contrast shifting technology to it, so we do know that for a fact. Okay. But it's considered to be fair. All right, all these have to come out. Change the title. Change the title. Let me see. 180, 150. No, 120 is 120. 120 inch. From there. All right, that's good right there. All right, there's a disclaimer right there, Seth. Keeps everybody in check on that one. Sorry about that. Now let's go with our price here. What were we asking for? I think it was 312. I'm pretty sure it was 312. And we're down 268. There we go. So everything's right there. LT, light gray. So they know exactly what that means. Everything's there right out in the open. Because everybody thinking this is going to be a darker screen, because it is not going to be a darker screen. All right. And then we have to come out here and we have to remove all of this. And we have to put images over here. And we have to grab that first label. And I gotta cut this one out and put this downstairs, and we have to make a background drop for it. So we're only gonna have this available in the 56, and we're gonna have available in the 32s. All right, so that's what we're gonna have for right now, because I still have to have the shopping cart open for right now. We can't save anything. Well, yeah, I can save and come back in and just duplicate. That's what we got to come in and work. Just make sure the work is saved. All right, that's done. We got the shipping policy updated. We put a new shopping cart for the LT Gunmetal. We got to go downstairs and paint that screen right now. do some demonstrations of that and get that out of the way. Everything has been updated on the website. Everything is finished, so we're doing good on that. I got to get out of here. I got to get ready to get downstairs and start setting up. We got customer screens. We have to actually customer screens going to be recoding with the new light technology and displaying his screen and unboxing that. So let's get the light one done first, and then after that, I can work on the customers next. All right, got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.